Have you ever wondered why some people seem to think faster, understand deeper, and always stay ahead of the curve? It's not just about natural intelligence, it's about habits. The way you think is shaped by what you do every single day. Most people assume intelligence is something you're born with. But the truth? High IQ individuals don't just rely on talent. They cultivate specific habits that sharpen their minds and set them apart from everyone else. And if you want to start thinking at a higher level, if you want to develop a sharper mind, you need to pay close attention. Because these 6 habits, they separate the ordinary from the extraordinary. The first habit, they embrace solitude. Most people can't stand being alone. They need constant noise, constant stimulation, constant validation. But highly intelligent people, they use solitude to think, to reflect, to analyze. Some of the greatest minds in history, Einstein, Tesla, Da Vinci, spent large amounts of time alone, thinking deeply about their ideas. They weren't afraid of silence. They embraced it. Because real breakthroughs don't happen in distractions. They happen when your mind is free to process, to question, to explore without interruption. If you can't be alone with your thoughts, you'll never truly develop them. The second habit, they question everything. Most people accept what they're told. They follow the crowd. They believe the first thing they hear. They never stop to ask, is this actually true? But high IQ people, they challenge assumptions. They don't just believe in something because it's popular. They seek proof. They ask why. They analyze situations from different angles. And because of that, they don't get fooled, manipulated, or controlled by mainstream opinions. A sharp mind isn't just about knowing things. It's about knowing how to think for yourself. The third habit, they observe more than they speak. Most people talk just to fill the silence. They interrupt. They react emotionally. But high IQ people, they watch. They listen. They take in every detail before responding. Because intelligence isn't about being the loudest person in the room. It's about understanding more than others. And the only way to truly understand is to stay silent long enough to see what others miss. The ability to observe, to analyze before speaking, is one of the most powerful habits you can develop. And it's something that instantly separates those who truly understand the world from those who are just talking their way through it. These 3 habits alone can change the way you think. But they're just the beginning. Because the next 3, they're the habits that take intelligence from just being smart to being unstoppable. The fourth habit, they're obsessed with learning. Most people stop learning the moment they leave school. They assume they know enough, they stick to what's familiar, and they never push themselves to explore new ideas. But high IQ people, they never stop growing. They read constantly. They absorb information from different sources. They don't just seek knowledge in one area. They expand their understanding across multiple disciplines. Science, philosophy, psychology, business, history, everything connects. And the more you know, the more powerful your thinking becomes. But here's the key difference. They don't just collect knowledge. They apply it. Because intelligence is useless if it's not put into action. The fifth habit, they master emotional control. A sharp mind without discipline is wasted potential. The most intelligent people don't let their emotions control them. They don't react impulsively. They don't make decisions based on temporary feelings, and they don't allow negativity to cloud their judgment. They understand that emotions are just signals, not commands. And the ability to stay calm under pressure, to think clearly even when things get tough, is what separates intelligence from wisdom. Most people are slaves to their emotions. High IQ individuals, they rule over them. And finally, the sixth habit, they adapt quickly. Life is unpredictable. Most people resist change. They cling to what's familiar, even when it no longer serves them. But highly intelligent people, they don't fear change. They embrace it. They know that survival isn't about being the strongest or the smartest. It's about being the most adaptable. They learn new skills. They adjust their strategies. They shift their mindset when necessary. They move with the times instead of being left behind by them. And that's what makes them unstoppable. Most people stay trapped in the same patterns their whole lives. The same thoughts, the same habits, the same mindset. But the ones who elevate, they think differently. They move differently. They live differently. And if you're still here listening to this, then you already know you don't want to think like everyone else. You want more. And if that's the case, what I'm about to tell you next is going to make all the difference. Most people hear advice like this and do nothing. They feel inspired for a moment, but by tomorrow, they go back to the same habits, the same mindset that keeps them stuck. But you made it this far. That means something. The real question is, what will you do with this knowledge? Because intelligence isn't about knowing these habits, it's about applying them. Start thinking for yourself. Keep learning. Master your emotions, and most importantly, take action. If you're serious about this, subscribe to The Inner Gold and like this video as a commitment to your own growth, because once you start thinking differently, everything changes.